for me, I guess July, it was all about festivals. So there was lots of good music in July, but I've kind of narrowed it down just to three festival highlights, really. Which, yeah, the first one I'll start with right at the start of the month, Rock Werchter over in Belgium, which is kind of why I've got the old Belgium jersey on for tonight's pod. But yeah, my second year in a row going over to Rock Werchter, one that I was really blown away with last year. And yeah, I think this year was even better. Obviously, the World Cup was on. Belgium had like a fairly decent run as well. Got to watch the Belgium versus Senegal game in a tent in the campsite on day zero. And yeah, it was one of those where you couldn't have asked for a better atmosphere, and it was a really dramatic game as well. We kind of stepped outside the tent um, to go get some food when they were 2-0 down, and then all of a sudden, like the back in the game. So yeah, it was just great atmosphere. But yeah, the festival itself, just the organization of the whole event was first class. I think that's the biggest thing that I'd sing its praises for. I think European festivals in general just have their shit together a bit better than we do over here with some of ours. But yeah, the organization was great. They kind of moved around a few of the stages just to make better use of the walkways so they don't become too busy, and yeah, just ample toilets and bars, and you just never queue in for stuff
Good.
like you are at some like UK festivals, I'd say.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, aside from that, just 4 days of world class music. I mean, I'll shout a couple highlights. Sabian on the Thursday, Serge just always brings the energy and the anthems, and yeah, that was no different. Just a great set from them. Finally got to see the XX again, who have just been away for too long, it seems, and yeah, they were just absolutely out of this world. Really hoping that we get some new music from them at some point this year or even early next year, but I'm hoping that them resurfacing means that they've got something cooking away in the background. And then on the Saturday, two highlights I'll mention: the Haunted Youth, who are a Belgian band. They've actually made one of my favorite albums of the year, which I think I spoke about on the pause recently. But yeah, it was just great to catch them on their home turf. Obviously, they're not massively known over here. I think they're doing like one UK date in a tiny London venue, and this where they played at Rock Werchter, it was like a 20,000 capacity like pop up arena that they have at the festival. So yeah, to see them in that setting was fantastic. And then later on in the day, CMAT, who I've seen a few times now, and that was probably the best show that I've seen from her. Um, which she said on the day too, it's one of the best shows that her and her band have done. And yeah, just the energy in the room, her performance, everything about it was just euphoric. And for me, she's kind of like the best performer anywhere right now. At least till Foles come back. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, she's just killing it at the moment. And then on the Sunday, just wrapped up with a trio of legends. We got David Byrne, uh, into Moby, then into The Cure. So
Oh, wow.
it was like a festival run that you couldn't even dream up. I don't think
Yeah.
I'll ever be able to top that, just to see three genuine like music icons back to back like that. Moby as the sun was setting as well, and um David Byrne was in like the arena stage that I just mentioned, so he had like his full kind of arena production going on. And then The Cure just played for like, yeah, 2.5 hours, all the hits, all the deep cuts. It was, yeah, incredible Sunday. So yeah, shout out Rock Werchter. And then I'll just very give a quick nod to the other two to round up my three highlights. Mid-July was the final ever Splendour Festival, which is like the big music festival here in Nottingham. Um, which has been running since 2008, and it's one of those that sadly the festival organizers basically admitted it's like not financially viable anymore. Kind of sort of got the impression that the tickets really kind of undersold this year, probably because of the World Cup and everything else that was going on. But yeah, just a huge shame really for the local scene, as
Mm.
it'll just leave a big gap in the festival calendar here. Um, but yeah, that said, it at least went out with a bit of a bang. Got to see Primal Scream for the first time, who were absolutely fantastic. It was them and the Wombats who kind of brought like the Saturday night party. And then on the Sunday, one of my favorite bands editors, got to see them again, including their two new singles, which I've just kind of had on a constant loop throughout the summer. Really can't wait for their album that's coming out in October. And then some, yeah, great Nottingham acts as well throughout the weekend. Alt Black Era, Divorce, George Gavin, The Aftermath. So yeah, just a good way to kind of see off the festival, but shame that it's gone. And then last but not least, literally this past weekend, a brand new festival for me. One that I've heard nothing but good things about and been wanting to try it for years, and finally got the opportunity to attend, and that is Kendal Calling. Um, and it's one that's every bit as magical as people say, like tucked away in the Lake District. So you've just got, yeah, all this stunning scenery surrounding you, like from the moment you kind of step out your car in the car park to like arriving into sight. You've just got all like the mountains kind of around you. So yeah, just really great setting. And then again, I mean, in terms of the organization, it's one where I'd say the organizers don't cheap out on the production. You can see where like so much care has been put into like every stage, every little corner of the site to make it feel like an immersive world, which compared to some of like the other kind of medium-sized indie festivals, um, well, I won't name them, but I'd say Kendall definitely go a bit further than they do with their stages and things like that. And yeah, again, the lineup just a great mix of like newer acts, nostalgic ones from back in the day. But yeah, the two highlights probably from the weekend were Saturday and Sunday headliners. We had Biffy Clyro and then Wolf Alice, which yeah, both of them just knocked it out of the park. Set lists were pretty, spot on. Had all the production tricks, confetti, fireworks, amazing staging and lighting. And yeah, just everything you could want from your festival headliners. So yeah, great first impression from Kendal Calling. And how about yourself? Did you get out to any shows, any festivals?
No, I'm
No.
always one to want to check out the live circuit and
Yeah.
just never get around to it, or I usually get FOMO,
Yeah.
uh, the desire to go to these festivals after they've been and gone. I did go to a local one called Lazy Day Festival in Southend, and that was pretty cool. That had um Feeder headlining on the Saturday,
Oh,
and
lovely.
it also had like other kind of nostalgic indie acts from the 2000s, like The Enemy and the Pigeon Detectives and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
We Are Scientists as well. So it
Oh,
was kind of a cool, but no, like nostalgia trip of sorts. Um, but no, it was a good time and a good event. But I think it was only its third year of existence, and each year they're
mm,
kind of building on it more and more. So I'm hoping it sort of sticks around and becomes a bit of a staple for the local area.
that's it. No, some of those local ones can be so good. Um,
Mm.
no, I mean, Feeder, I missed them at Download. They're still a band that I've not seen. Um, but yeah, I know everyone who saw them at Download said they were one of the highlights of the weekend. It's
Yeah,
still
they
just
were just good.
yeah. And We Are Scientists, I did manage to catch. They were at Kendal Calling,
Oh,
um,
cool.
and they yeah. they're just always a great time, those guys.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a great moment during their Kendal Calling set where the drummer had to leave the stage for whatever reason, and without skipping a beat, Keith Murray turns around to Chris and goes, "Why didn't you tell me tonight's the night that our drummer's quitting the band?" And
Mm.
it's just like stuff like that. It was just so unexpected. I was just laughing about it for like 5 minutes. It was just like the timing of it, just as your man darted off stage to check something with his drum kit or have a word with the sound guy or something stupid. But yeah, really funny, those guys. But no, Lazy Days Festival, yeah, let's hope it sticks around.